farmers. Welcome back to Hinterland, planting some wheat right next to the field where we planted barley last episode. And I'm hoping I can get the whole field done before I have to go back to the farm and top off the horse seeder with, well, fertilizer and seed so I can send Frank off to planting some oats in a field he may have some trouble with. The boundaries on that field I'm going to send him off on. There's some trees that are kind of close to the field itself, so I'm wondering if he's going to run into them. And when he's doing that, I need to take care of the animals. I did take care of them a little bit in between episodes. The sheep ran out of their main feed, so I gave them a crop silage bale. And their production went from 20%, and now it's rising on up. It was 40% last I checked. So we need those sheep to, produce the wool so we can make the fabric, so we can make the clothing, which we saw last episode. We're going to sell a ton of clothing, and I'm shooting for $1 million from the clothing. If we do that, that's going to get the farm really on level playing field with the money situation here. This field here, though, when planting with precision farming, upper left-hand corner, right now I'm in good soil. It's been mostly bad soil. I've been using up, more seed than what I am here. It's been mostly red. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's been mostly in the red, which is not good. Not good at all. But, like I said before, I can't do much about that. But we're going to get this wheat in. It'll grow. We'll harvest it. I do have another wheat field we're going to be planting. And this fall when we harvest, we're going to do some crop silage for the sheep again. So I'm going to take that from the wheat fields. Not completely, but for the most part. I keep just watching that fertilizer go on down. I'm hoping I can finish this field off without having to go get a little bit of fertilizer. That would kind of suck. Although I think we're going to just barely do it. So the John Deere on this field here is struggled. I don't want to say struggled. It's slowed down. You can see the top speed is 11 miles an hour for drilling. There's a couple spots. It's hard to tell at this angle, but there's a little bit of a hill over there. It's slowed down to 7. You can see the incline on that corner over there as well. It's slowed down a little bit over there, but overall, it's doing a nice job. And I am actually going to finish this field without having to go back to the farm and top off first. But definitely need to do that before we send Frank off. So the field, next one over, you can kind of see the chaff in it from last harvest is still there. That is where Frank will be working. And before I forget, I got my not my blank sheet, my scrap piece of paper here. That's going to be oats. So let's go ahead and switch this over to oats so I don't forget. All right, back to the farm. We'll top off with seed and fertilizer and come over here and set Frank off. And then we're going to go ahead and take care of the sheep. The cows need some TMR as well. I have looked into some TMR production buildings. Open up the XML files because I've never really done too much with production buildings. I've edited some files before, but changing over the type of crop to make Maizeplus TMR, I think it's possible. I mean, of course it's possible, but with my skill, it's probably going to take me a little while. I need to look at it just a little bit more. So in the future, we can take our grass silage. It's not just silage, it's grass silage. And of course, the hay is a normal crop, not a Maizeplus crop, even though we're running Maizeplus. I think there's a way to do it. Just I got to look at it a little bit more. I spent maybe 20 minutes looking at some production buildings and which ones I want to convert. I was looking at the one I used on No Man's Land because that's the one I have installed, but if I remember correctly, that was a small pickup area. And I think with our big TMR mixer, it'd be a little bit harder to get in there, or actually I won't need a TMR mixer, I just need a trailer. That's right, I'm just going to need a trailer. Alright, well anyways, I'm looking into it. Let's see, I got to get this first section in the trigger. There we go, we got the seed. Pull up a little bit more, and that should be just fertilizer. Why did you only fill up with a little bit? Can we get a full tank, please? Thank you very much. Close that back on up. And once we get the animals taken care of, I'm either going to jump into the JCB and attach the potato planter and go start planting potatoes. Wait, can I do potatoes in March? I kind of forgot. We'll be planting something here very soon. In the JCB, if it's potatoes, and if it's, well, if we're using a planter for sugar beet, well, then it's going to be in, obviously, the planter. So this is the field. I'm kind of questioning if Frank is going to be all right on it, because when I plowed the field, I got as close as I could to the trees. So far you can see we got our barley in, we got our wheat in. Of course, these are the crops that we did the year before. We're going to slowly change them on over. Yep, this one here. Create a job. Field work. Nope. It's already got that field selected, which is good because we're actually in it. And then open up. Make sure I'm on one multi-tool. With a worker, we want 3 headlands. Working with, I'll narrow it down just a little bit. Headland overlap. Let's reduce that because that way he won't be overshooting the field a little bit. We'll go down to 2%. Yes. And now generate course. And at least we'll get Frank started here, get past the starting point. Make sure I get around. Maybe I'll do this corner for him, just to be sure. That's one less corner to not have to worry about. And now, of course, I say Frank. It's going to be... Yeah, it looks like Frank again. So you can see the difference when there's chaff or leftovers from the last year's crop in the field, how it leaves like a... the seed bed has a little bit more of the chaff into it than when you plow a field. It gets rid of it completely. So, actually, you know what? While I'm doing... No, because I might be using the JCB. I thought, yeah, you know, let's go grab the JCB, and we'll grab the bridle spreader, and we'll come over here, and we'll get our workers putting some lime in this field over here. First off, I got to find the There's the JCB. Okay, that wasn't too many tab throughs. Oh, I did take care of the cows in putting straw in there. I got 1 bale. That's got about 500 liters left into it, so they'll take that. So they're full on straw. Bridle spreader should be over there, which I see it. Yeah, so if the JCB is still working when we get ready, well, let's grab the planter and probably go plant sugar beet, which is probably what I should do. This should be like $3,500 worth of lime, I guess. Okay, even better. Just shy of 3,000. And I think we'll have enough lime to get the whole field done. See, Frank is getting to another set of trees over there. Just want to keep an eye on him, see how he does. If he gets around those trees, then we are smooth sailing. But since I didn't go with that much of an overlap on the headland. Okay, he may have hit a tree there a little bit, but he plowed its way through. The John Deere power said, no, heck with you, tree. We're just going to force the drill around that tree. Yeah, and he should have no more other issues, I would think. Yeah, there's no trees there. He's good. He's good. All right, Frank is really working out well. Maybe he's learned some new things since East Vineland. We didn't really use Frank on Solyndra. All right, same thing here. Create job. Okay, I didn't get this far enough into this field, I guess. We'll click this field. Nope. There we go. Now we got the field. And then we'll go like this. And 2 headlands should be more than enough for this. Actually, 1 headland's probably more than enough. And you're starting over there. Okay, so that's fine. We'll get them started here. Well, we'll call that Frank Jr. Not really Frank, but Frank Jr. But it's kind of old to be Frank Jr., but go with it. Just go with it. So now you can see the pH value is looking good. So we're going from 100, we're at 135% compared to being down. Ooh, that's different soil types, I think. Yeah, over here would be the, so we got it to 97%. Yield potential would be 89%. So yield potential here is 89%. Yield expected 95%. So we raised it. Boy, this soil type is messing with me. It's better. It's better. Let's just leave it at that. It's better. Let's go grab the Voltra, wherever the Voltra may be. And it's kind of buried. Well, not buried too much. Kind of stuck behind our truck. While I'm here, how much slurry? Apparently got to start the truck to open up the tanker. See how much slurry we got. I do believe I brought it over in the morning, so I don't think I got that much slurry. But it's been like 5-6 hours. Yeah, not enough to bring it on over. But I'm sure we got tons of milk that's going to need to be brought over. So let's bring this over here. We'll fill up the tanker as much as we can, if not all the way. And that'll keep on filling on up. We'll bring that over in just a bit to probably the dairy production. Before I actually get into that, let's go ahead and come over here. Not grass bale. We just run a regular silage bale. Nope, we just need 1. And we need 1 hay bale. Let's go grab the silage bale. Whole crop silage. Give that to the sheep. We'll get their feed trough a little bit better. Oh, I don't have the... Oh, the weight is on the front. Oh, that would explain it. So you think with the weight... Yeah, okay, yeah, it's a little... doesn't steer that good with that much... With the weight being distributed the way it is. Let's try to get this shifted around here. Of course, now I'm just going to go pick up a hay bale, which doesn't weigh as much as a silage bale. Yeah, we need some conditioned grass for the sheep. But unfortunately, the grass is not going to be ready until next month. And it won't be at its full height, but I may take one of the grass fields and just cut the grass. That way we can feed the sheep conditioned grass and cover all 4 food groups. I got plenty of feed for them to do so otherwise, but it's just easier to do it by cutting conditioned grass. Let's see how that does on their feed trough. Let's see how we looking now here. That should get them till next month. So we shall see. Production is looking pretty good. Alright, now I haven't really shown it too much since the very beginning of the series, but now it's time to feed the cows. And in the beginning, I did use the Voltra because we had just a few cows. And, you know, they didn't go through the feed that much, so I didn't have to do it that often. And I can't get out of the vehicle, so we'll just do this and then have to teleport. Oh, you know what? I'm going to need the Voltra. Anyways, never mind. I need the Voltra because the JCB is busy doing lime spreading. So we'll go ahead and grab the Voltra. And guess what? Now I got to take the weight off. So I'm just going to pop that right here. I just need enough to get them through the rest of the day until the end of the day. And then I can top them off before I go to bed. We'll just do one load for them. And with the Maizeplus recipe that we're doing for dairy cattle, there are many options, but the things they definitely need for TMR. For our ratio, we need 2 bales of hay. And yep, I use super strength to do this because using the Voltra and doing this, when you gotta fill this thing up like 4, sometimes 5 times, it takes a while. Grass silage, we need 4 bales of grass silage. That's 2, 3, and 4. Then it's got to turn around, which could be kind of hard for the Voltra. That's why I've been using the JCB recently. But the Voltra sure can handle it. Just takes a little bit longer to maneuver around. So there's 42,000 liters of TMR. I remember when I was talking to someone about, before I started the series, about doing the Maizeplus for cows. And they said it might be better to go 2 or 3 days per month because it's easier to feed the cattle that way. I'm like, well, you still got to feed them the same per month anyways. It's just a matter of doing it all in 1 day or spread out for 3 days. Alright, that should get them by until the end of the day, I would think. Yeah, their trough is about half full. So, yeah, I just put in like 40,000 liters. You can see at 85,000 liters. That's half of a trough. So it takes about 4 loads almost. And when we get more cows, they're just going to go through the feed so much more quicker. But the money we make from the milk, slurry, and manure, as we've talked about many times before. Now let's go bring some of the milk over. And we're going to bring that right over to the dairy production. The flavor milk's got enough milk in it. The bakery's got enough milk into it. So into the dairy production it goes. Oh yeah, I was going to... I don't know if I got to activate it or not, but the cut sugar beet pack. So if I, get some sugar beet, cut it on up and bring over to the sugar plant, we can double the production of how much sugar is being produced. Because not only do we have sugar beet being processed, we bring cut sugar beet over. That's a different step. And that'll help us out in the flavored milk department. Slowly come on in here because I always drive right past it. There we go. Do I have the cut sugar beet pack installed? Is that the trailer? No. I'm guessing I don't have it installed. Auger wagons would be the main one. That's the horse pack. Yeah, so I do not have the mod installed. See if I can remember for next time. So basically all we're doing is taking full sugar beet, putting it into a modded trailer that will cut it on up, and then I can just put it into the sugar plant, and we can double the process of sugar. I didn't realize that the flavored milk bottling company was going to take sugar for everything. I thought it was just going to take milk and strawberries to make strawberry milk. But of course I knew that if it was going to make chocolate milk, it was going to need chocolate, and chocolate needs sugar. I didn't know it was going to need sugar for soy milk and also for oat milk. So it looks like Frank and the John Deere must be, I don't even see either tractor currently. Oh, there he is. I see the John Deere. He's getting things done, it looks like. We'll just go to the map and see. They should be moving. Yep, you can see how much else we got done, and the JCB is probably getting close to being done. Let's jump into our planter, and I think we will top off on seed and fertilizer just to make sure. This one could be just as tricky to fill on up. But we got it. Spin around. Where's my cheat sheet? What field am I doing soybean? Not soybeans in. Sugar beet in. Got it. Yeah, I don't think I can go up that gate. Our beautiful oak trees along our stone wall. And with the selling of the clothes here in a couple months, like, you know, I'm hoping that we get like $1 million for it, which we can pay off a good amount of the loan. And then as we start saving up some more money, I can get back to putting more of the stone wall around, maybe leasing the excavator and the implement to plant some more trees. Maybe we'll get, instead of just oak trees, we'll buy maybe some maple. Start planting some more trees around here. So the field just before the hill, where all the trees on it, the white field that's covered in lime, that's the field we're planting sugar beet in. And on the way over, I should switch this over to sugar beet. And the grass field, because we cut it in November, is not going to be ready really until May, but I think I'll take probably the field over there, that smaller grass field, and cut that next month so I can get some conditioned grass for the sheep. Let's see, so this field that we're going in is going to be sugar beet. That field right there, that's going to be potatoes, and the one further over, that's going to be soybean. Now I can actually plant soybean with a planter. Soybean, I think, is the only crop that you can plant with a planter and a seed drill, base equipment. Obviously, there's some modded ones out there that allow you to do everything that you want. I do love this planter. The way it sounds, the working width, all that kind of stuff. Actually, I'm going to write down a note, but then again, I'll probably forget. Sugar beet cutter pack. Maybe the best thing I could do is right after I get done recording is to save the game, exit out, load the mod in, and then save the game. That way, next time I load in to record, it's there. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot. I got some logs that are in the fields. I don't think this field has any logs in it. No, we are good. Okay, there is a log over here, but I think we'll be fine. What is the crop rotation? Because now it's been days for me since I planned out our fields for this year. So crop rotation here is 110% for sugar beet, so that's good. Apparently Chris is done working. I'm going to assume Chris is the one doing lime spreading. Let's see what happens. Is it going to just push it out of the way, or am I going to roll? Nope, it's going to push it right out of the way. Got some good soil in this field. You can see seed rate is low. Although we are going, the better the soil though, the more fertilizer it uses. I haven't smoothed out over here. You can see how wavy the ground is. Actually, I think this angle you can kind of see a little bit better as the planter has a rough time shifting the height that it needs to be. I'll have to take care of that later on. And now it's pushing my planter over because there's a huge hump right there. Luckily, this planter is very flexible. This whole field used to be like that, but before we planted the first time into it, we did some landscaping, and luckily, yeah, I got the free landscaping tools, so it made it a lot easier. If I had to pay for it, I probably would have left the field the way it was and just, you know, hoped for the best. This planter does really good work, and it should for, what was it, $800,000 we had to pay for this? Now this field will have weeds in it this year. You can see the weeds in it right now, but of course, as we direct drill the sugar beet into the field, the weeds disappear, but they'll be back. Now the fields that we plowed since last year, those will not have weeds into them. Already gone through half of the fertilizer. It's not going to take me too long to get this field done. Then we'll have to go over and see how Frank and Frank Jr. end up doing over there, as one of them did already finish. You can see I've only done one headland already. This field is mostly done. Alright, I was just hoping that when we got to the top of the hour, I was hoping some more money would come in, but apparently the manure and slurry that we brought over to the BGA must be all done and finished processing. We still have that $30,000 loan interest payment around midnight. We're just under $30,000. Right now, I don't have the money to cover that. So I think that slurry that we took out of the cow barn, even though it's not a full tanker, probably have to bring that over to the BGA just to get it processed, but I'll do it later in the day. So I can accumulate more. Well, those cows will just make more slurries as the day goes on. Then I'll bring it all over. The BGA processes through that slurry, manure, and silage really quickly. But we're knocking these fields off one by one, getting them planted. We've still got a good amount of fields left to go. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 more fields, I think. Got the 2 right around us. We got 2 really small fields to do. And if we hire Frank or Frank Jr. and Francine to come around, we'll get them done extremely quick. And now both workers are done. Just got the message, although it said Kim was done working, so I don't know. We'll see how they did in a little bit. And now these 2 pieces that we kind of missed coming down when we did the headland. Going this way, it should take care of it, I would think, and it is. Although it did push my planter to the side a little bit. Looks like I'm going to have to go back to the farm and get some more fertilizer. So I'm also do this little piece right here. Then we'll detach from the planter, head back to the farm, which will take about 30 seconds. You can see the fertilizer in the upper left-hand corner of where we're at and how much we need. But the seed rate is 8 seeds per meter squared. Very little needed. And we'll drop that off right here. Let's head across the river. And if I'm there, I might as well put seed into it anyways, just to be sure. I mean, as you can see, got plenty of seed. I'm thinking I can fit through the gate with this. Just can't do it when I got the planter in tow. Nice and easy. Yeah, need to expand still on that, the entryway to the farm. Need to expand the gravel a little bit. Yeah, so the field to our right, that's gonna be a wheat field. The field that's between the farmhouse and the yard, that little small field there, that's going to be canola. And of course the 2 fields over here that we talked about before, one being potatoes and the other one being soybean. Alright, now with full tanks. We'll be done here in a matter of a minute or two. And not long ago, the field looked kind of messy with the lime and the weeds growing up through it. Don't know how you can say a farmer's field looks nice and clean when it's all dirt. But it looks a lot better. Getting the crop into the ground. Thing is, though, we do have a lot of sugar beets, so I got to make sure I get that cut sugar beet pack activated so we can bring more to be processed. Of course, we can always bring sugar beet over to the BGA to be processed into energy. And let me turn that off. And I do think, since we're over here with a planter, of course I'll have to remove the logs first. But I think this one should do soybean. There we go. I'll leave it there. Hopefully it remembers, and this field here needs to be planted with soybean. Won't take too long with that drill there. So let's go see how our workers did here. Well, this field looks really, really good. Don't see where they really missed any spots, and with precision farming, that's pretty good. The small spots, you can't blame them on that because the sensors can't sense small pieces of dirt like that. But I mean, when 98%, maybe even 99% of the field is covered in lime, it's all good. And of course, this is our lovely field of barley. Expected yield up to 97%. Yield potential was 89%. But with the right crop rotation and precision farming done right, you can get a bonus yield. Let's see. Frank, on the other hand, yeah, those are the corners, so I'll have to go around and take care of the corners for him. Not that big of a deal. This, I mean, look at the amount of work he got done for me that I don't have to do. That probably would have taken me like 15, 20 minutes. And I just got to go around for about a minute or two and clean up some of the messes here. But Courseplay did a nice job on getting the lime spread. So we got other fields that require lime. So I'll probably continue this process as we continue planting seed in the fields. But March is a busy month for us. We got a lot of planting to do, a lot of things to take care of. Yeah, we're down to 20,000, so that's going to be kind of rough. What was the loan interest? I know it is below 30,000. We at 29 something? Yeah, 29,700. And hopefully in a couple months we will drop that down to maybe below 25, get it down to low 20s, I would hope. Let's see. Let's just jump over to where Frank was. I got plenty of seed and fertilizer. Boy, the soil's even bad over here. I wonder where is there like a good lot of land on Hinterland where it's like really, really good soil? Because that would be like the plot of land to buy. I think, if I remember from like East Violin, where we had a good conditioned field, where we had good soil. So if the soil is the best it can be, and you've done everything precision farming asks you to do, and you have the right crop rotation, I think the potential yield you can get off a field is like 145, 148% yield. very, very good. When you can almost double, well, get 50% more crop off a field, you can't ask for more. Well, you could ask for more. You're just not going to get it with the current conditions that you have. So originally we plant, of course, wheat, barley, and oats so we can make grain grist, which we did. We got tons of it. But now we still grow each crop. And since we're not really making grain grist anymore, we can take the oats over to the flavored milk bottling company, and they can make oat milk. The barley, I could do crop silage with the barley, and with the wheat, we could always, that's, you know, for the chickens, of course. Or I could bring the barley and the extra wheat over to the bakery, and we can make more and more flour, which makes more and more bread. All that stuff there. Fold up, please. Thank you. So the 3 fields over here are done. We got 4 more fields to plant. And I don't think, the only one that's probably going to take a little bit is the potato field, because the width of that potato planter is rather small, but not much we can do about that. But I think one more episode for the month of March is what we have in store for us, so we'll take care of that next time. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Hinterland, but until then, have a good one.